I did a bone marrow transplant. So I went through 6 days in a row of chemo that would have killed me. It's called the Beam Regiment, and it's some nasty stuff. And I mean, it's taken some aspects of my life. It's been months to recover from that, just 6 days of chemo. And so trying to better myself and better my immune system, because it was also an immune system reset. So all of the B cells within my lymphatic system, immune system, all of those were erased.
Wow.
And so like all of the memory from everything that every cold, every flu, every allergy.
You're starting from scratch.
I'm starting from scratch.
It's a hard reset. Austin, what's your experience with, because I know you grew up on a large farming operation. Your dad had like crop share.
What did he do?
I'm just like curious, like your experience from going from that to now, like you source organic from the store and you're very careful about like what you're purchasing and what you're grabbing. Like what's been kind of your evolution in this journey?
Not to take a too long story, but there's kind of a trifecta of that, where the most recent is me, like I'm going in and certainly consuming a lot more fruits and vegetables just on the daily, but having to rely upon the store and trying to search for the best, and especially because there are a couple of Kroger's up now where I live up in northwestern Columbus that provide like an actual local section.
You over by Gahanna?
No, northwest, so up there by Powell.
Okay.
And so I have they have a local section for produce, which is really, really cool. Whether it's local or not is something that I can't confirm or not, but at least it does taste a lot better than the back portion of the actual produce. But that's been especially a big focus here, coming off of the most recent relapse that I had. I did a bone marrow transplant, so I went through 6 days in a row of chemo that would have killed me. It's called the Beam Regiment, and it's some nasty stuff. And I mean, it's taken some aspects of my life. It's been months to recover from that, just 6 days of chemo. And so trying to better myself and better my immune system, because it was also an immune system reset. So all of the B cells within my lymphatic system, immune system, all of those were erased.
Wow.
And so like all of the memory from everything that every cold, every flu, every allergy.
You're starting from scratch.
I'm starting from scratch.
It's a hard reset.
It's a hard reset. And so
B is one of the most lost vitamins through the past 40 years in all of our fruit and vegetables.
And that's why, like, especially seeing something like Battle Flow here, you have vitamin B6 and B12, and especially B complexes is something that I definitely took up until recently. I stopped. But.
Remember this. Supplements are only supplemental.
Right.
A bulk of this has to come through your foods.
Mm-hmm. And that's where the switch over, like especially fruit has been my carbohydrate source. Like fruit and sweet potatoes have been my carbohydrate source for ever.
Right on.
And then the addition of vegetables especially has come in, especially with the help of my new leading lady, keeping me on track.
Right on.
So I'm very, very thankful for her. But then, so that's kind of like the first of the trifecta. The second was when I was growing up, my grandfather had a garden, and it was a quarter-acre. And I mean, it was
nice.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I mean, corn, sweet corn, strawberry patch, melons, squash. He had 2 rows of vines, so like raspberries, blackberries. I'm trying to think of what else.
Probably grapes.
No grapes, but we had watermelons, cantaloupe. He loved cantaloupe, and so I don't know if cantaloupe and muskmelon. I don't know if those are the same or different, but yeah, it was just that was a really great time. So going over there, helping him, like I did the weeding, I did the sowing, to plant, and then the weeding, and just kind of going over and occasionally picking out of the strawberry patch whenever they were ripe, because strawberries off of like
you can't beat them, man.
No.
There's no store-bought strawberry that can compete.
That's what my daughter's doing right now. She's out strawberry picking. I think at
Marietta.
What's the one up there?
Shots, is it?
It's not Witten's. It's the other one out that way.
I know we go.
But regardless, that's what she's doing right now.
But yeah, and so just like that is a fond memory. Those, and then the red raspberries, picking them off the vines was just phenomenal. And so that was my experience growing up of like, and obviously with the sweet corn, we'd freeze it. So
do you grow a massive garden now?
No, not yet. No. Well, the place that I moved into, gardening is not allowed in the backyard. But
HOA.
Yes.
Tons of ways around it.
I'll have to try.
I'll tell you after this.
But especially Wade is also, I know, very interested in growing his own stuff, because Wade is very, very particular about the nutrients that he takes in and the food the food that he selects. But especially like down like after this lease that I'm on, we're definitely getting a garden. I mean, it's going to be a very paramount portion of what I do going into life in the future. So, and then kind of the third piece of that is that my father grew up crop farmers, and so corn, soybeans. And so like that portion and that side of the family as well. It was really interesting because that is where I learned about, genetically modified corn and soybeans for all the pesticides.
Glyphosate.
For and glyphosate. Yeah, it's a conversation I don't want to get into on the microphone, but like just seeing the different pesticides, insecticides, or herbicides, I suppose, and then fungicides, and then everything that they were doing to the actual, to the DNA of the corn and the soybeans as well. I had just a brief glimpse into that because I was studying agronomy back in high school, and I was going to be going to OSU for agronomy. And agronomy and kind of like a focus on the soil sciences. Absolutely loved getting in the dirt. Did that in FFA, and went to the national contest for both urban and rural, like the soil competitions that they have.
I am shocked you're not a farmer now, man. That would have tied into horticulture so good.
Yeah, big, lots of jumping around in my life, but and so that's where I've had the experience of kind of all three, of growing your own crops with grandpa, of large scale farming with dad and that side of the family. And then now kind of culminating all of that together to the experience of what I know about when the USDA has the label on there that says organic. I'm like, all right, let's just
investigate
this.
There's
more than a sentence or two that I need to be reading on what's going on here. But then secondly, just having that awareness of in the future what I can do in order to grow my own, and because that's something that I most certainly look forward to. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun because that's obviously more than just the healthy side of it. It's just sentimental for me,
I think I'm truly shocked that you are not into some type of growing of anything as much farming and gardening experience as you had.
Yeah,
that shocks me. I think corn, more than anything else, is the most genetically modified. And some good and some bad. And you're going to get that. But, when I was growing up, peaches and cream and silver queen, everybody was growing that.
Yeah, peaches and cream.
Those don't even break the top 100 in sweetest corns now.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
there's so many. Yeah, I grow an Illini. It's about 65, 70-day corn. You can plant... In West Virginia, you can plant 3 in a year and get all 3 harvests.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's the sweetest corn you ever. Sugar buns. That's not a SH variety, but it's still in its own right. It's a SU variety. Very sweet, man. I mean, there's tons of really good fast turnover corns out there. Trying to find non-GMO stuff, it isn't that difficult if you're going through the right seed companies. There's plenty of seed companies out there that don't want any of that crap. And you got to put in your due diligence and do your research, just like anything else.